In this video, we'll show you how to assemble, operate, and maintain your new Greenworks garden cart. We'll be featuring the 80-volt model, however these steps can also be followed for the 40 and 60-volt models. Please note this is not a substitute for reading the operator's manual. For more detailed instructions and safety warnings specific to your model, consult the operator's manual provided. Let's get started. Unpacking. Open the box and carefully remove the garden cart components. Please note removing the cart may require a second person. Inspect the parts to confirm that no damage has occurred during shipping. Keep the box and packing material until you've used the cart to ensure it works properly. Assembling the garden cart. The Greenworks garden cart comes almost entirely assembled. The wheels, bucket, and bucket handle are already mounted on the frame. You just need to install the upper handle onto the lower handle at the back of the cart. The two C-bolts may have come pre-installed and will need to be removed. To connect the upper handle to the lower handle, align it so that the throttle lever is on the right-hand side. Be careful not to misalign or tangle the cable. Align the holes of the upper handle with the lower handle. Put one of the C-shaped bolts through the holes on one side so that the long threaded arm of the bolt goes through the lower hole and is facing inwards. Its shorter arm goes through the upper hole. Tighten the knob onto the bolt to secure them together. Next, attach the second bolt to the other side of the handle and tighten it into place as well. Clip the cable to the frame. The battery. Charging the battery. Charge the battery by aligning its grooves on the charger and sliding it into place. The charger light will flash green when charging and will turn solid green when fully charged. Once charged, insert the battery into the cart's battery compartment on the handle. Open the compartment door and remove the battery key. Align the grooves of the battery with the grooves in the compartment. Slide the battery into the compartment until it locks into place with a click. With the battery secure, insert the battery key into its slot at the bottom right of the compartment to lock the battery in place. Close the compartment door. To remove the battery, open the battery compartment door. Take the battery key out of its slot. Push the battery release button so that the battery disengages and pull from the housing. Store the battery key in a safe place, such as inside the empty compartment. Close the compartment door. Always remove the battery when the garden cart is not in use, and don't forget to charge the battery so it's ready for use next time. Operating your garden cart. Do not operate your garden cart without first reading and understanding the safety considerations outlined in the manual. Your garden cart has 3 switches on the housing. To the right of the battery are the power switch and the direction control switch for either forward or backward movement. To the left of the battery is the speed control switch for either fast or slow, as shown by the rabbit and turtle icons. On the right side handle, you'll find a battery charge indicator, the safety button, and the throttle. Safety first. Before starting, put on safety glasses and check that there are no people, pets, or loose objects nearby. Starting the cart. Before starting, check your speed and direction settings. You will likely want speed set to slow and direction to forward. Turn the power switch on. Press the safety button in and press the throttle lever down to start the cart moving. Keep the throttle pressed to move and release the throttle to stop. While using the cart, if you re-engage the throttle within 30 seconds, the cart will restart without needing to press the safety button. Also note you should only go backwards a short distance, like when you need to turn around. Using the brake. To stop the cart, release the throttle and set the power switch to off. The brake is on top of the back wheel. Set the brake by stepping on the left tab. Release the brake by stepping on the right tab. Only use the brake on relatively level ground, particularly if the bucket is loaded. Using the bucket. To empty the bucket, stop the cart and set the brake. Squeeze the bucket release lever down near the bucket handle to release the bucket from the frame. Hold the bucket handle and lift to tilt the bucket up and empty it. When resetting the bucket onto the frame, squeeze the release lever while pushing down on the handle until the bucket clicks back into the frame. Maintaining your garden cart. Maintenance is important to keep your garden cart running well for years. Always remove the battery before doing any maintenance. Changing the transmission fluid. The transmission fluid in the gearbox should be replaced after 6 months in the first year and then once a year thereafter. To change the transmission fluid, you will need a 10mm wrench, a 12mm wrench, a funnel, automatic transmission fluid, a small container, and a dry cloth. The drain plug is located under the gearbox. Place the small container under the gearbox to catch the fluid. Remove the drain plug using a 10mm wrench or ratchet and 10mm socket. Once drained, put the plug back securely. To add the fluid, remove the plug at the top of the gearbox with a 12mm wrench or ratchet and 12mm socket. Insert the funnel into the top of the gearbox. Carefully pour the new fluid in. Do not overfill. Add about 150 milliliters or 5 ounces of automatic transmission fluid. Reinstall and tighten the plug and wipe any spilled or excess fluid from the gear casing. Maintaining your battery and charger. During the work season, the battery can be stored without charging it. Even so, it's best to charge the battery so your tool is always ready to go. Charge the battery at room temperature and out of direct sunlight. If the battery is hot, allow it to cool down before recharging. Once charged, remove the battery and unplug the charger. The battery can stay on the charger, but it's better to remove it and store it separately. During the off-season, store your battery fully charged indoors and away from any heat sources. Keep the charger clean and clear of any debris. If necessary, wipe the charger clean with a dry cloth. Do not use solvents or water. Checking tire pressure. Your garden cart rides on air-filled tires. To prevent any damage to the tires and to keep the cart running well, regularly check that the tire pressure is between 28 and 30 psi. Each of the front tires has an easy-to-access valve stem to check the air pressure and add more air if needed. If you overfill, press the valve stem to let air out and don't forget to replace the cap when you're done. Storing your garden cart. Before putting your garden cart away for the season, check to ensure its moving parts and buckets are free of dirt and debris. If you notice any parts that become loose, tighten them. Store your garden cart in a dry location. Always remove the battery when your garden cart is not in use. Properly maintained, your Greenworks garden cart will provide you with years of great service. For more information or replacement parts, contact us at greenworkstools.ca.